Sync. Just for syncing. The sound will match easier for the video. Hello everyone, we're back to paint this Gongbi painting. The first thing I'm going to do is the flower. We will use let me use my tube also.
You want your titanium?
Okay, oh here. Another tip maybe you can share with them. Here we have all the colors also from the tube, but I kind of squeezed them out. I mean, I opened the tube because they're all dried up. I just put it in a container like that. So you can if you have dried up tube, don't throw them away. Just put it in a saucer like this. You can still use them. And I use a little sponge with water to keep them moist. Okay, so I got white here, just in case I don't have enough white. I was thinking to use that. It's quite nice. I don't need that reference for now. Okay, I just use. You can use this. Just tell me if it works.
Okay.
I just use titanium Chinese white in the tube from the tube. Okay. So the first thing we do, in principle, when you use opaque color, you can put it on the back to to make it more subtle. So even you got chunks, you will not show because the mineral color tends to have chunks.
Yeah,
right?
I see them.
Yeah. So according to the instructions, I don't need to gradate it. So basically, I just cover everything. But I will still do it with petal. So just start from the top of the petal. It's more solid. Then I would use maybe a little less left over, or something to do the rest. You can still have a little gradation, but theoretically, you don't use different tones, so we call that flat wash still. But this is to block the smearing also. If you use the absorbent or semi-absorbent paper, the white or mineral color would serve as a size. That's why we do this first. Because I'm working on the back, advantage of this, I can cover the line without worry about that. So, I can do just a big wash. You can fuss with it, you can separate the different petals, but I think maybe I'll just do it fast. Maybe you can make the center more solid, a little thicker if you want to show some kind of organism, not just the flat. You might want to make the center area a little more heavier than the outer part. This is all my thought, but we wouldn't worry about the separation or gradation later. So this is
just to get it on here for now.
Yeah, just create a ground,
okay,
so to speak, just a solid white ground. But some part, is not white. You want to save that the pistil in the center. Okay, it's not white, right? If you look at the master's, okay, here in the center of the flower is light green. So you can omit that. Just save that.
But we can go where the yellow is gonna be.
Yeah, you're going to color it in the front. So this is how. Maybe you're curious what they look like in the front. This is it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't cover any line, right? But it is on the back. I'm doing.
You must be doing a lot thicker than I am, because mine doesn't look like that. Or the paint's.
Yeah, that's why my experience tell me it's too thin because you only got like 2 chips. This is not thick enough.
No.
Because I need the yogurt. You got the milk, right?
Yeah,
you need to have
thicker
yogurt. Yogurt, yeah.
Well, I'm learning.
Okay, the flat wash has its own requirement. You have to, by definition, you want it flat, even. Means in Chinese, flat also means even. So you need to paint it as quick as possible, as even as possible, without gradation or showing any texture. You will do that later with a separate wash or graded wash. By separate wash, this is a direct translation of Chinese 分染. 分 means separate. Literally, we use 2 separate brush, one with water, one with color. But in this case, I use 1 single brush.
Okay.
That's flat wash.
I was not doing that trick.
No. My palette is useless because I don't use any blending, right? So later, when I blend, I will use the palette. This is a flat, straight from the tube. I was thinking that you can leave some space at the bottom, but it didn't say that in the book. So let me just trust the book, not my gut feeling maybe.
I don't know what you mean by space.
Because if you look at this final result, you see less white in the center, in the bottom of the petal, right?
Yeah.
You could, in some case, there's gradation from top to the bottom, so less and less white in the bottom, and then from bottom you go up from with a gray or yellow, from the
Makes sense.
become dark to light,
Yeah.
light, and then meet in the middle. That's what I saw. Professor Rao did that, but we're following the classical basic class, so we try to do it to make it easy, because that's more advanced. I think the graded wash. So in the beginning we don't do that. We just keep it simple. Just I learned from Western artists also. They have a like a sergeant, John Single Sergeant. He has a very direct approach, easiest approach to get the result done in like least effort. That's the same thing in Chinese. You can Chinese painting. You can do in many different ways, and as long as you have the result object-oriented design, right? Like in a program, you have objective. What do you call this? Object-oriented programming. Yeah, you have a program objective. You have a programmer. You know that term. So if you know the task, you just create a task procedure to reach that. There are many ways to do that. You can do gradation first, or you do the flat wash first. Alternatively, you'll reach your final desired result.
Hopefully.
As long as you have that in mind. I think, flat wash again is to be flat. Like this petal I did is pretty flat, without any. It's solid, flat, right?
Yeah.
That's a typical, and then you worry about, you know, the gradation of the colors. After it dries, you do it in the front. But just stay within the line. That's another thing to worry about. You want to fill in the blanks, right? And no dry brushing, maybe just because the sized paper or sized silk in this case does not smear, so it's very easy
It is easy to paint on.
paint on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gongbi painting is the easiest in Chinese brush painting. It's like color books.
Still a lot of technique though.
I try to do that. Yeah, just makes sense to the audience. If you're not sure what you're doing, check the master. You know, like some little forms will miss that. If you're not sure if it's the calyx or petal, just check. You know, because this is very easy to get lost. You might color the pistil with white, but don't worry, you can still make it up. But
I accidentally started on the leaf, so
on the leaf.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, let me see if I covered all the petals with white. That's okay. You can see it's not flat, not even on some part. That's no good. I do like the idea of flat wash. no texture. I tend, because in 写意 we always have this kind of tendency to leave space between bristles, you know, like a flying white.
Yeah.
No flying white. You have to.
We can get that here.
You have to do it twice if you have that. Just make it even.
We should do the butt too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I will do that. But maybe we can do the butt with less white. Is that what you were saying? Just be
Yeah,
plain.
it looks darker.
Yeah. So then you make the main flower solid, then the bud a little bit translucent. Maybe they're tender, right? And I would just have to follow that kind of plan. You know, everything has this surface like plan. So you go around, you paint maybe from this kind of you just don't do it like like this.
Yeah.
You know, just give it
follow the contour of the actual petal.
Right, that direction.
Yeah.
Direction line, the side, so that gives a little bit. Even you show the stroke, it shows the chi better. I mean, again, you know, more organic than just mechanic drawing. I try to just cover all the line on the back, so I know how thick it is. That's the best I can do. So this would. So later, if we do the overall background wash, this part would serve as a water resist. It will block the color from bleeding into the petal. That's why we do this. Flat wash. Now let me do this bud with a little more water, maybe just a little bit more water in the brush. So we can do it from well, that's not a good idea. It's kind of too much, so it like going off the line. It's easy. So you have to keep the pens in in the brush, just enough, not too dry, not too wet. Otherwise, it's not easy to control. You will not smear out, but kind of flow over the line.
Because it's silk?
Because it's too much, you drip on it. You don't want to lose control to the. You want the paint. You load the paint fully, but it's so easy to get the flat stroke, not to see. Yeah. Not leaving any space, texture, or something. But I do want to get some show through, maybe just thinner. Check. Oh, here. So it goes all the way inside the calyx. Okay. We'll have some shade, that's enough. The spiral of this, but let me show you the front. You can see that more clearly, right? Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is the solid wash on the back side of the leaf. You can mark the. You can look at the original and then identify those sections. But I will do it in front. What about that? You can still do it on the back because it's easier to just go over.
The mineral green?
Mineral greens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try the back.
I think the back is much easier. That's the advantage of silk.
But
Because,
just
you can do it on the front, but you have to avoid the line without covering the line.
okay.
It's opaque. It's opaque.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to wash out the white because I want what they call the fourth grade. The fourth grade of green. So I just use the remaining white with the green we got from the chip. Okay. All right. So this is paler than this is maybe third grade. This is third grade and the fourth grade. It's just more whitish. Is that too pale? Let me see. It was just the line showing, between the final. So I need to make enough. That's another thing. If you want to, sometimes it's kind of hard to recreate. If you want to get enough. So just it's good. Not a good idea. Just keep that clean. So you use a different brush for the white, maybe.
I'm gonna use up this white.
Yeah. All right. So let me make another. I'll just get enough for all the leaves I need. Okay.
Do we want to do even the dark?
No,
Just
just the back. Okay, here's the back. That's very clear. It's the back.
Oh, this one doesn't have the light green down the center.
Like see, I got too much water there, so it has a puddle. Yeah, so I can use a dry brush to take it out. So just a thirsty brush. Okay. So it's not green enough. Yeah, I see a lot of chunks in here, but since we're on the back, it's not going to screen out. It's not going to show in the front. So don't use your common sense. You may not tell which one is which, but if you really see the real leaf, you may have a better idea. This whole leaf here is the back. So I just cover the whole thing with this pale mineral green as base. Remember that the opaque color serves as a resist to block to make it smooth, on the front also. Because the silk has a little texture, right? This may also create some smooth preparation,
Oh, so you don't see the lines.
Yeah, just make it smooth. Okay, the problem here is maybe I used too much water, so it got like a pattern. Well, and the white and the green tends to separate because the mineral particle sink.
Oh.
Yeah. That's okay.
That doesn't happen with the toothpaste.
The tube, maybe, yeah, we could grind more, maybe that will help.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what else I have? This one here is back. So we do all the leaves, the back leaves, to keep the consistency in the same color. And here's oh, I missed a line. That's why it confused me. Am I doing it on front? Oh, no, it's on the back.
That's upside down. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I missed the line, so I cannot read that.
Oh.
So let me turn. I have to make up that line in front, but let me just draw that. Anyway, that's the front. So this is the back. I still have the boundary for the back. This is very important. The drawing has to be complete. When you miss a line, you don't know where this to end, right? So every Gongbi painting has this template that's 100% complete. We call that 白描, or pure white outline. To start with, it has to be closed forms, not open forms, and otherwise you cannot follow. You don't know where to stop. Okay, this is another back. I'm looking the original to map. It's like my map. Okay, and then we have this tender. Yeah, it has this kind of, maybe we can get around without, because this is not the back. It's a light green. So
You want to do it on the front?
This is a sprout of leaf, not the front. So I don't need to use this back color on that. Okay, there are 6 principles in Chinese painting. One of them is color according to kinds or categories. So same objects, same size, using the same color.
Okay.
That's a consistency. So people don't get confused.
What it is?
So in your painting, no matter what what affect the real painting, in Western painting or in photography, but when you do it on the 2-dimensional paper, you just try to stay consistent. The back and front are different.
Right.
Right. And all the petals same, or the same kind using the same color. A color according to categorized or patternized. So that's a Chinese painting principle. Even with the 写意 expressing the expressionistic style, we also follow that principle. How do I do it here? Just complete that. Okay, now I have completed the back. Oh, here's one. Another. This. Flat wash with opaque on the back of the leaf. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. Double check anything.
I did the wrong leaf.
Oh, the wrong side?
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. Okay, here's another thing. It's another bud, I believe. It's
Another what? Where did you see him?
I think so. Let me see. There's another line. I missed. No. Here's. Looking at.
The one that's center.
Do you see that as a bud? I see that as a bud.
I'm not sure if it's a. It might be a new. Yeah, I think you are right. A new one that hasn't opened.
If you don't know what's what, you will definitely confuse your audience later because they won't really.
If I don't know how to paint it, they won't know.
Yeah, so what's what is very crucial to interpret or understand first, so you don't get confused to begin with. So there are three buds, three flower elements. One half bloom or white bud, one green bud, the full bloom. That's all. Okay. Are you following me here?
I am, yeah.
Okay, great. I will. Let me see. I better dry it with a hair dryer maybe. I think it's better let it dry and let it set naturally, and I'll come back to do the transparent wash in the front. Transparent color wash. Thanks for your patience and see you in about 10 minutes. We got 4 people watching.
Oh, good.